Let's talk about it. Women choosing not to have children. I came across this topic on TikTok. Let's get into the clips.
I want to know what your number one reason is for not having
I
kids.
have been reparenting my inner child, my inner teenager for the past year, and I have no longer the need to be a biological mother. Not only has it given me incredible amount of confidence where I have a partner who literally wants to help me with with reparenting my inner child, but I also finally have the family that I've always wanted. I see myself as the mother that I've always wanted, and I have the children inside me, my inner teenager and my inner child, who constantly give me that level of fulfillment. Parenting and healing yourself is very taxing emotionally, physically, mentally, in every single way, but it's also so rewarding because now you see children for what they actually are. They're not necessarily an extension of you or a reflection of you. You just see them as individuals. And if they're not adding value to your life, you truly don't want them. Through reparenting myself, I have gained confidence. I have gained a loving partner. I have finally gained the ideal family that I have always wanted and the mother that I always wanted in the form of who I am. So I really enjoy my time. I really enjoy exploring the world. I love solo traveling. I love traveling with my partner, with our friends. And just the fact that not only is it so mentally and physically expensive to raise a child, but they don't actually add any value to your life when you get it in all different ways. One of the best side effects I've ever had of reparenting myself is that because it took so much work, I no longer have the energy to raise another child. So I get told all the time, like, oh, you'd be such a great mother. You should definitely have kids. And I tell them, oh, I do. They're just within me. Not everyone's aspiring to be humble and to be selfless anymore. And the fact is, family comes in a lot of different forms. There's family by blood and there's family by love. I have found my family, and some of that includes people that I have randomly met and continue to choose to have in my life. So a lot of my needs are already fulfilled just by me having to include the people that I really love. Being selfish is a conscious choice. I have to work every single day to be selfish because the default programming is you have to be selfless. You have to be completely without boundaries and you have to give, 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 give. Newsflash, that does not work. It takes away everything from your mental to your physical to your emotional to your financial health. Everything goes out the door when you're like this. And I have truly found a lot of happiness in living my life for me and being completely selfish and being openly vocal about being selfish. Because I gave myself the childhood I've always wanted, I realized that the original reason that I wanted to be a mother so bad was just to undo what was done to me. It was never about the children and their needs. It was always just about, well, how am I going to undo what was done to me? How am I going to avenge my childhood?
It all makes sense at the end. Again, sounds like she didn't have the best childhood and upbringing, and she now has somehow programmed and conditioned herself to not want to have children. Again, she said a lot there, but the one thing that stuck out to me is, was she trying to convince us that she doesn't want children, or was she really just trying to convince herself?
Always cracks me up when people literally try to convince me that I want children after I've iterated time and time again that I don't want children. And I will probably never want, not even probably, actually, let me take the probably out. I will never want children. Okay? I am the firstborn daughter of an immigrant family. My parents are from Uganda. The expectation is that I should want kids. I have two younger siblings. I don't ever want children. And I think the reason why is one, they don't fit my lifestyle. So that's one. Two, I feel as though because I was the oldest, raising kids is something I'm very familiar with. My parents were present parents. Well, my mom was. But for me specifically, there is a level of responsibility that I had at a very young age because I had siblings now. Also, I just feel as though I don't trust the world with children. And I am very, very protective. I'm very, very, very protective of my friends, of people that I love and care about. So if I had kids, it would be like on 1,000. So really, I'm trying not to have kids, or I'm not going to have kids for the sake of y'all. Okay? Because one thing about it, if something happened to my kid, I'm ending all of this. Oh, we all finna be done. there's no coming back from that. So, you know, next time you want to ask me if I want children and I say no, just know it's for your sake too, as much as it is for mine. Thank you.
One thing I've noticed in these first two clips that we watched, these women say a mouthful, but if you listen closely, they'll really tell you the real reason why they do not want to have children, in my opinion. Again, she mentioned that she was burdened with taking care of her siblings when she was younger. And you hear about that a lot of times, especially in our community. Where that burden is placed on the oldest to take care of the child at a very young age. You have a 7, 8-year-old who will literally be cooking, cleaning, getting their siblings up. And again, I can kind of understand why a person who was burdened with such responsibility at a young age may not want to have children when they get older.
I don't think I want to have kids like ever in life, okay? And the reason why is because I don't have what I feel like is a valid reason to have a child. I feel like majority of times when I talk to people or ask people why it is that they want to have kids, like the people that are very adamant, like I always wanted to have a kid since I was young, and I ask them why, it's always a very deeply selfish, narcissistic reason. For instance, if you ask any man right now, why they want to have a kid, majority of the time they're going to say something about their lineage or carrying on their family name. Like Johnson. You want to carry on Johnson? Okay, that's your business. I'm not even going to say anything, but that's the name you want to carry on. Like, do you think that you're Carnegie Mellon? Like, what are you actually going to give to that kid? Some debt? And emotional trauma? I think they'll be okay with that. Or I can't stand behind the people that's like, I never knew love until I had a kid. Babes, it's called therapy. Yeah. You need to talk to a person, a real person about it, not your 5-year-old kid. He don't care. He looking up at you asking, Mommy, when am I going to watch Paw Patrol? And the people that get me the most are the people that are like, I just really needed somebody that was never going to leave me. Whoa! It's called a puppy. It's called a cat. It's called a snake. You need a pet. You didn't need a kid. You needed a pet. So that's why I don't think I ever want to have kids. I can't think of one legitimate reason that's non-selfish and narcissistic to have a kid.
I'm not gonna lie, she made some strong points, especially the last 2 points where you have women having children just for the fact of having someone who will never abandon them or leave them or for love. I think that's a very dangerous situation. Or women who are so in love with their partner that they want to have a child with them, and then ultimately the partner winds up leaving, and when the partner leaves they start to resent and abandon the child. So she did make some strong points there.
I'm not gonna lie, I keep seeing videos of women talking about how much they don't enjoy motherhood and how they regret being moms, and I understand that because I think that I might not enjoy motherhood either. If I got to that point, I'm not sure I would like it either. But I think this is happening to a lot of y'all because a lot of y'all are not having kids because you want kids. You're having kids because, like, you see a kid as a byproduct of the love you have for that man, which is valid. I do understand loving a man so bad that, like, oh, I want to have his babies. But that don't mean you actually do it, baby. If you don't want a kid so bad that you're willing to do it on your own, then you might not need to do it. Like, if the only way you're going to be happy as a mother is if you're doing it with this man, then you might not need to do it, especially if this man is not your husband. Not that him being your husband is going to make him stay, because we've seen that that's not the case. But, like, especially if that man is not legally binded to you in some way, then you probably don't need to have that kid unless you just know that you yourself want to be a mother no matter what. If you don't got love for the kids like that, you probably need to go ahead and use some protection, baby. I'm not gonna lie.
Facts.
From the gym, I won't mention any names, left the gym when I started working out, and got back to the gym while I was leaving. It was 2 hours. They were like, dang, you still here? I already went home, fed my kids, helped them with their homework, yada, 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 and you still here? And I said, yeah, that's why you don't have kids. And he said, man, stop that. They're a blessing, yada, yada. Yes, your kids are a blessing to you. I'm not having kids, so I can stay in the gym for 2 hours. What I do with my time, I see fit. I'll do what I want with my time, because I have no one to respond to, no one to tell me what to do, no one to tell me to be anywhere at a certain time. So if I want to stay in the gym for 2 motherfucking hours, I will stay in the gym for 2 motherfucking hours. Stop pushing these kids on me!
She said them little crumb snatchers are special to you. That was a good one. Again, like I said, it kind of sounded like he was low key hating and low key jealous of the time freedom that she had.
Kids, no. It's just a no. I've mentioned this a couple times on my platforms, but I don't know if I've outright said it. No, I don't want kids. I've honestly never really wanted kids. I have never really gotten baby fever. I'll see a cute baby and I'll think that's a cute baby. I don't think I want one. I think kids take an immense amount of sacrifice, an immense amount of commitment, immense amount of love. They deserve the most amount of love. And I think a lot of times people romanticize like the cute outfits, the baby showers. You're focusing on the wrong things. It takes immense amount of sacrifice, something that I just don't want to do. You know, I want to focus my funds, I want to focus my energy on myself, on my partnership, on my mom. And when you don't want to have kids, that doesn't mean you don't want to impact the next generation. Like, I fully plan on creating a scholarship fund. Love to send 2 to 3 women to Spelman every single year. There's definitely things. I feel like right now I'm impacting women. I'm impacting young women. I'm impacting women my age. I'm impacting women older than me. So me impacting generations, me impacting this world can come in other forms than having a kid.
Shout out to her. Of all the clips I heard so far, her thoughts seem very well thought out and reasoned. Again, like I said, some people just don't want to have children, and that's okay.
I would also like to say that I'm 26 years old and I came down to the decision that I don't want to be a mother. And I know that a lot of people want to try to make you feel bad these days and say that, oh, what's the point of you being a woman if you're not going to do what women are supposed to do and repopulate the earth? And I get it. I get that you feel that way. But have you not seen the world? Why bring a child in this horrific, horrendous, don't know what's gonna happen next ass world that we live in? The overcharge of rent and overcharge of food, and you can't even grow a tree in your backyard because you're gonna get a fine. Hey, do you think I want to bring a child in this world when it's no reason to? Like, and everybody that I talk to that got kids fucking hate that they even made that decision. Oh, girl, if I was you, I would be doing this. I'll be doing this. I can't do this because I got a kid. But then they'll go back and say, I mean, but I love my kids, but it's just the fact it ain't no fucking but. You either love it or you don't. Like, I just hate that people be trying to lie these days and just making parenthood just seem like it's just so amazing when y'all don't even like your own fucking kids. And my mother told me that shit her own self. My mom said, I love you, but I don't gotta like you. Just because you a parent don't mean you gotta like your own fucking kids. And people be trying to make it seem as if you're supposed to like your kids every day just because they came out of you type shit. Quit lying to people. Quit coming online trying to make this shit seem like it's cupcakes and rainbows and Skittles. And it's not. And quit trying to make people feel bad if they say they don't want to have fucking kids, because they have a valid reason as to. They seen their mom be a single mom. They seen their dad be a single dad. They done seen their mom crackheads, cokeheads. They done seen their mom on off of liquor and had to deal with trauma of seeing their parents do this, or they had to raise their brother and sister, or they had to be the one solely responsible for decisions that they shouldn't even be making at as a young person, as a child, because they have to help raise other people's kids. Like, it's so many reasons as to why people don't want to have generational curses jumping onto their children. And y'all be coming online trying to make women feel bad if they make the decision not to have fucking children.
Again, I think she touched on some great points in this soliloquy. One, some people really do not need to have kids. I mean, I'm just going to be straight out honest with you. You know, some do not coming from the best generational line. It's a lot of generational curses. Again, some people, in my opinion, really do not need to have children. Again, she touched on a great point in the beginning, talking about the economics. Again, it is very expensive just to take care of yourself. So, I mean, if you're unable to do so or struggling, it definitely makes no sense in any way, shape, or form to bring in a child into this world to struggle.
For deciding not to have kids. but I want to know, what are your top 3?
Okay, I've been waiting my entire life for this moment. This is my list of
You can't see it; it's a little bit cut off. But her number one reason is she would not be able to drink once she had a child.
reasons I don't want kids. And when people ask me why I don't want kids, I pull out this list. So I pull out this list a lot. Number one, obvious, you can't drink for 9 months. Can't have sushi for 9 months. Two of my literal favorite things in the world. Done. You have the kid forever. You never can get rid of it. Like, you just have it in your life forever. I feel like that's a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. Those 3 reasons are enough. But if you're curious why else I don't want kids, there's a whole list. I think I'm at like 40 something. And if you have any more suggestions, please feel free to let me know. I'll add them.
Wow. One thing I took from this clip is essentially she's a drunk. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have kids, do you regret having them? And if you don't have children, give me 3 reasons why you chose not to have children. If you guys enjoy this series, I'll follow up with a series for the men. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.